Good morning, David Combe here with the CBS AM Debrief. It's Thursday the 24th of February, just past 8:30 a.m. Overnight, market action in the US and Europe not too good at all, pretty well all down. Crude touched just above $100, which is a function of the problems in Libya and Middle East and North Africa. Giving that market a bit of a fright. So markets aren't taking to this too well at all, and certainly if we see this these sort of price levels sustained for any significant period of time, then it puts into jeopardy the whole global recovery. Certainly we've seen all commodity prices pushing up, and that can only add to inflation concerns, and clearly this has got the markets a little bit spooked here, and we're seeing that in some of these numbers over here to the left. So Dow, exactly what were those numbers? Yeah, the Dow down 107 points, or 0.88%, the S&P 500 down 0.61, and Nasdaq down 1.21. The Latin America there also down, with Brazil the only standout, up 0.76, and then some quite big moves out of Europe. FTSE down 1.22, DAX down 1.69, and Madrid down 0.64, Milan down 0.29, and Stockholm down 1.28. Just moving down to these are yesterday's closes in our region. Nikkei down 0.80, Hang Seng down 0.36, and we were down 0.22 of 8%. The futures for our local market are suggesting that our SPI will be, or is down 23 points, the Hang Seng down 3, and the Nikkei 225 up to 10. So not sort of pointing down too badly at this point. I suspect that we may see the market end up coming off more than this level that's being suggested. Let's take a look at the commodities now. Brent at $111.76, and that was West Texas Intermediate at 98.42 at the moment, up $3. As mentioned, did get $100 there for a little while. Natural gas up 2.9 cents, or 0.75%. Rest of the commodities space, we have canola up 2.71 as a standout. Cotton down 1.79. Sugar down 3.59. Rough rice down 5.11, so big move there for rough rice. Oats down 3.14, and that's probably the picks of the big movers there in the hards and softs. Copper $4.33.55, that was down 2.75, and gold 14.10, 80 cents. So continued movement into that safe asset there, with gold continuing to rise. Silver $33.51.5, and to our currency pairs, the Euro is buying 1.3747 US dollars, the pound is buying 1.6205 US dollars, the US dollar is buying 82.4955 yen, and the Aussie was buying 1.00818 US dollars, US dollar buying 98.90 Canadian, and 0.9334 Swiss francs. Take a look at our economic calendar here for Thursday the 24th, and we can see there's a little bit of data out of the US already, which was existing home sales at 5.36 million versus expectation of 5.22, and the previous of 5.22. So a little bit higher than expected there, which is pretty impressive. Existing home sales month on month up 2.7, previous 1.1, down 1.1, and then the month before that was 12.5%. So fairly encouraging there, but apparently data shaken off by other events. Aussie Conference Board Leading Index, previous was 0.3. Now this is an amalgamation of a number of indicators, and that's for December, so we'll get a little bit of an idea there what that number ends up generating. That's due out around 10 o'clock. Then we've got some European data, GDP numbers, and some further German data out later on this afternoon and early this evening. And that's pretty much it until we get into the data out late tomorrow night out of the States that has a potentially high impact. Durable goods and new home sales for January. Okay, let's take a look at the bulk and trader now. Let's have a look at a couple of things here. Just having a little bit of work here on the local index, and yeah, tomorrow we've still got some support from this inner upward trend line here. We haven't broken through that yet. Clearly, once we do, that would be grounds for concern, and that likely time and price convergence there tomorrow would be around 47.80, that sort of level, and a breach of that would perhaps see us coming down to high 46s and then ultimately the 4500s if things got pretty grim. The upside, we've already broken through that downward trend line, which was potentially going to create this pennant formation. But, other likely scenario, of course, is that we just continue to move to the side here. Okay, quick look at the Aussie dollar. Okay, just continuing to track sideways here. We don't have too much more to add than that. So let's have a look at something else that might be of interest. We've touched on a couple of these other things recently. One that I mentioned on Tuesday was St. Barbara. This is a mid-cap gold play. Talked about it at 205, 206. It has just come back a little bit here, but continues to hold this short-term trend line or interim trend line up move here, and yeah, remain reasonably comfortable with that given what gold's doing. It certainly seems to be towards the bottom of its trading range, so I look for that to recover here over the coming weeks and months. Okay, and not really seeing too much else here that needs an update on, I don't think. I know that I had a little bit of feedback from one or two viewers that there were some issues with noise quality. Now I have adjusted one of the settings here, and I hope that's going to be a little bit clearer. We'll see how that goes. Any feedback appreciated. So I'll leave it at that, and happy trading for today, and until next time, bye for now.